What up, everybody? This is your Cosmic Homegirl, and I'm doing a forecast for everyone in general for all signs for the week starting November 3rd, 2019 and ending November 10th of 2019. Don't forget that I do have monthly horoscopes for the month of November for each sign available on my website, which is indigomoonastrology.com. And I do have the links to that in the description box. So go check them out. And I do have a November forecast for all signs, just a general horoscope to see what's cracking in the whole month of November. Also on here on YouTube. So make sure you guys check that out as well. And let's just see what the weather's like this week. You know what, you guys? It's not really like that. There's not really too many crazy aspects going on this week. The 3rd through the 10th. Not really. There's one crazy one. And then everything else is like just kind of floating, you know what I mean? Just carrying on from the previous week. Nothing too special to report. We continue to have Venus in the sign of Sagittarius. She enters Sag on the 1st of November. She wants to party it up, live it up a little bit more, celebrate life just because, you know, that Sag energy is eat, drink, and be merry, no matter what time of year it is. So Venus being in that sign, Venus ruling what we enjoy, the activities we enjoy, the things we enjoy, like food and drink and shopping and all the physical world, material comforts of being a human. That's all ruled by Venus. So she continues to be in the sign of Sag. That's what she's doing. That's what she's bringing to us. Okay. She is making an aspect to Chiron on November 3rd. She's making a trine aspect. Excuse me, Venus and Chiron, when they work together in harmony, like this aspect that's happening this week, it could be about healing something to do with money, healing something to do with love or self-worth or your value or vanity, beauty, any of that stuff with Venus trine Chiron. They're working together. Chiron can rule pain and suffering and all that, you know, like deeply rooted wounds and stuff. So there could be, you know, like Venus and Sag, she's very like, oh, cheer up, it's gonna be all right, you know, no worries, happy-go-lucky energy. So Chiron is like pain and suffering, you know, being inflicted upon us. So she could come in and be like, oh, don't worry about this or that, you know, whatever stuff that Venus rules that you may be worried about, that you may feel like a wound from. So it could be healing some of those issues. But that's very light and very minor happening this week. So on the 23rd, the moon is in Aquarius. And around this time, which is in the afternoon, if you're here on the western part of the world, of the western part of the USA, like I am, the moon is going to make a square aspect to Uranus on the 3rd. This happens every month, okay? So it's not like a major phenomenon. Oh my God, hide in your house. You know, the world's gonna explode, and it's nothing like that. It's a minor, it's a tense aspect, but like it's nothing that's rare. But we do have this once a month, the moon in Aquarius square Uranus and Taurus. What can that mean? There could be like some practical world things that we could be stubborn about and holding on to, that the moon square Uranus, moon rules our emotions. Aquarius is very outside the box, very emotionally detached. So this could be us kind of like trying to look at situations from a more logical point of view rather than emotional. But there could be some like inner conflict with that, you know, some tension, some frustration with trying to see things that way. But just in general, the moon square Uranus can mean like your inner weirdo and alien comes out, even when it's just simply in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius rules all that stuff, outer space and aliens and being a lot different from everybody else, you know, not going with the crowd. You create your own crowd, or you're just like doing your own thing, and if people follow, they follow. If they don't, then whatever, like it doesn't matter. Moon and Aquarius days are good for studying, for watching sci-fi stuff, alien abductions, anything to do with, like I said, space or looking into the future, technology, all of that. Being a big old nerd, okay? Moon and Aquarius days are good for that. So on the 5th, this is when we have that exact aspect of Mars squaring Pluto. And it's been building up, you guys. It's been building up. Where's he at? Mars is here Okay, Pluto is 20 degrees of Capricorn. So it looks like, yeah, it'll be exact like kind of early in the western US. Yeah, it'll be like super early in the morning over here. Okay. So it looks like, in the wee hours of the day of November 5th, or if you're in the eastern part of the world, it's like later on. But still, November 5th is a day where this aspect is popping off like exact. So I would say around whatever this time is for you, translate your time zone or whatever, convert it or whatever. You may want to, I'm not saying hide your wife, hide your kids, hide in your house, hide under the covers, hide your dog, hide your cat. Well, actually, kind of like be cautious. Mars square Pluto, Mars and Pluto can both rule violence in some way. And I'm not saying everybody's going to catch a beat down, but these energies are tense and can make people act out, which Mars is, it rules action. Make people act out in irrational ways, just to inflict pain or revenge or something upon people. So just be really cautious with that. Be really cautious around the 5th. Like, just kind of peep your surroundings a little bit more, because Pluto is an energy. Pluto rules like creeping in the shadows, creeping in the darkness, and, just surprising people and plotting stuff, So, and Mars is taking action upon that. So just watch your back, okay, is what I'm saying. But the tension that is caused by Mars and Pluto squaring each other can also bring us to want to precisely execute things, like actions, and also like have tunnel vision when it comes to actions that we want to perform and things that we want to accomplish, and then goals that we're trying to go towards. So Mars square Pluto can be like, oh, I really want to get this done and I'm so frustrated. Like, I just want to get it done. I don't want anyone or anything to get in my way. And so you have the willpower to push through. So that can happen too. It's not all bad and all scary. Now, if you are in the Pluto and Libra generation, like your natal Pluto is in Libra around these degrees, meaning you're like a late 70s, early 80s kid, you may want to be extra cautious, because this will be like Mars square Pluto and in conjunction with your Pluto also. So this could be potentially like, a dangerous transit. So just watch your back, and then Mars is in Libra energy. When it operates on its negative side, it could be kind of like someone's really your enemy, and they try to play it off like you guys are cool, oh yeah, hi, ha, and then behind your back they're like, oh, I hate this motherfucker, like yeah, I wish I could really get them in some kind of way. Like, it's like that. So just really watch your back with people plotting and scheming, especially once again if you have Pluto in Libra around those degrees, okay? But that's Mars squaring Pluto, and that's on the 5th. So on the 5th, the moon also, it moves into the sign of Pisces, where it'll remain until November 8th. So it looks like, like in the afternoon, early evening, or could be like almost into the next day if you're in the eastern part of the world. The moon moves into Pisces. So moon in Pisces days, listen, like, even if you're not a Pisces in your chart anywhere, it can make us all a little spacey, like kind of space cadet energy, kind of like you're just floating in your own zone, your own time zone. You're really in your head. You're daydreaming. Your imagination is popping. Like, you can create a lot of really dope things like art and stuff if that's something that you're into. But if you're not, you can just be really spacey, daydreaming, wanting to listen to music more, be more of an escapist. Like, you just want to take off and go to the beach or whatever is like your most local body of water. You may want to take a longer shower, take a bath. You can lose track of time, because Pisces energy does not give a shit about time like everybody else does. Because it's connected so much to like the spirit realm, the spiritual side of life, because it's the very last sign on the zodiac. So it's the least connected to earth. Therefore the earthly what's it called, like time constraints, I can't really think right now. I'm sorry, been a long day. But yeah, like the like man-made constructs of time and stuff like that here on earth. I mean, anyway, I don't want to get in too deep about time, but Pisces energy doesn't really care too much about that. So when the moon is in Pisces, that's our mood, the vibe, it's very dreamy, spiritual, like, hey, I love everyone, kumbaya, and you just kind of want to float, you know what I mean? Don't want to do too many practical world things. Maybe late to appointments or to work, or just want to kick it and be a hippie on your couch watching TV and like, what time is it? What day is it? Like those are what those days are for. Well, how we can feel, but they are good for, like I said, creativity, spirituality. Yeah, good days to tap into things like that. So that is the moon in Pisces entering on the 5th and until the 8th. So let's skip ahead to the 8th actually, because we do have an aspect to talk about. What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about it. So on the 8th, this is when the sun is in a trine aspect, which is a harmonious aspect to the planet Neptune. Okay, so what does that mean? The sun, it rules the conscious expression of ourself. It can rule our egos as well. And the sun will be in a great aspect to Neptune, which rules, it's in Pisces, and it rules the sign of Pisces. So with that being said, it is kind of, they're working together in like a very harmonious energy. So Sun trine Neptune days are very dreamy and spiritual and stuff. The moon will be out of Pisces. It's like now in Aries on that day. But in the days leading up to it, the moon's in Pisces, sun is trine Neptune. It's very Neptunian, Piscean energy in the air, beginning to midweek. Okay, so that means that once again, our imaginations are just like so much more out there and active and channeling ideas and stuff. And our spirituality, our sense of spirituality is like super heightened too. Like your intuition is more like on point. Your dreams, your actual dreams that you have at night may have some actual messages from quote unquote the other side. Meaning if you have loved ones in spirit, or you believe that you have like spirit guides or angels or anything like that looking out for you, you could be more in tune with and more in connection to stuff like that. And then once again, it's good, sun trine Neptune is also good for expressing yourself, express through your creativity. Like if you do any type of art or anything, or just, I don't know, just wanting a sense of freedom to just do your own thing in your own time and create when you're inspired, and do things only when you're inspired, not because somebody is making you. So yeah, that's what that aspect can do. It can bring out the what's the word I'm looking for? Humanitarian in a way, even though humanitarianism is associated with the sign of Aquarius, and this is like Pisces and Neptune energy we're talking about. But I mean, like Pisces and Neptune energy is really empathetic towards others, like the suffering of others. And, so that's why I'm saying like it could be kind of humanitarian in nature, to where you could be a sucker for a sob story. But I will tell you this, even though this is a beautiful, gorgeous aspect, which is called a trine, that means there's planets that are in two fellow water signs making angles to one another, and they're working together when it's a trine. But still, like Neptune aspects, when Neptune is activated by another planet aspecting it, I'm telling you, people just act a fool down here on planet Earth. Like I love Neptune energy so much, because it's so beautiful, but also, and it's charitable and stuff. But people could just really utilize that energy in negative ways, to where they're trying to like fool people, trick people, sucker you out of money or helping them, because they give you this sob story about stuff that's all extra. Like that's also what that energy can do on a negative side. And people don't see boundaries. when it comes to Neptune. When Neptune's activated, people don't see the boundaries between themselves and you and your belongings, your property, anything, your information, anything. Like, people just will act totally like stupid, you know, when when Neptune is activated in the sky somehow. So just protect your belongings, protect your info, protect your debit cards, protect this, protect that, protect yourself from people crossing the line. Okay. All right. So then, the moon is in Aries. The moon enters Aries on the 8th and it's there until the 10th. So moon in Aries days are like, you just want to get shit done. Like, you just want to hop in and just full speed ahead. You want to be first to do things. You want to be early to do things. You want to volunteer and be the only one, or you want to be the leader, the leader of the show, keeping everybody on the go. Like, that's how it is when the moon's in Aries. You may feel more physically active. Like, I want to go to the gym. I want to go for a run. I want to go ride a bike, like whatever. If you're not usually very physically active, moon in Aries days will get your butt off the ground. Okay. Like, off the ground or off the couch, or like, I just thought of that song from Busta Rhymes and I think the Neptunes from like Pharrell and I can't remember the guy's name, Chad Hugo, whatever. The Neptunes, the producers. Light Your Ass on Fire. I just thought of that song because, like, moon in Aries days, it doesn't, even if you're not an Aries or a lot of fire energy, moon in Aries days will light your ass on fire. Okay. It really will, like, get you up, doing things, active, running around, and just, you become, I don't know, like, you have superpowers all of a sudden, and you could just pick things up and throw them, and just, you don't want nobody in your way, and you want to go where you want to go, and you have less patience, and you have a lot more physical drive. So yeah, those are moon in Aries days. Good for working out, good for any type of physical activities. But so the moon is in a conjunction with Chiron. So this happens once a month, but once a month we could be super sensitive about Aries related things when the moon and Chiron come together, like your identity, who you are, who you identify yourself as, your physical body, your physical appearance. Be very sensitive about stuff like that. Okay. So the moon is in Aries until the 10th. Everything else is still remaining the same, you guys. Now we move to the 10th of November. And this is when later on in the day, the moon switches into Taurus. So moon in Taurus days, and the moon is in a conjunction with Uranus. Now, normally, like, just in general, moon and Uranus days, when they're in conjunction with each other, just some type of aspect to each other. They could be days when your anxiety is off the chain. I'm telling you, like, it causes anxiety. The moon is our moods. Uranus rules like buzzes of electricity, shocks of lightning and thunder and stuff like that. So imagine, like, your mood is like that, and your physical body is like under the influence of this energy too, which makes you a little more nervy, a little more shaky, even though Taurus energy within itself is normally like super mad calm and chill. Just want to kick it, watch TV, have some snacks, have a good beverage, and just not be bothered by the rest of the world, right? That's what Taurus energy is usually about, like being comfy and cozy and stuff. So, but normally it's like that. But Uranus is the planet of not normal. Like, it rules like really being out of this world, different, quote unquote, weird, alien like, all of that stuff. So anyway, when the moon comes in contact with Uranus in Taurus, it's like you want your comforts, but there's some things that make you feel antsy to where it's hard for you to be comfortable and get comfortable. Okay. But yeah, after the moon passes Uranus, it's like, very chill energy, the moon in Taurus, but that won't be until like maybe the 11th or so, because the 10th all day it's in Taurus, and it is here with Uranus as well. So that's it, you guys. That's the forecast for the week of November 3rd through the 10th of 2019. We just have a few minor things popping off, so hopefully it's a pretty chill week for people, even though we have some little bit of anxiety energy in the air here and there. Hopefully it's like mad chill for you guys out there if you want it to be. All right. And don't forget, I do have the monthly horoscopes for November for each sign on my website, indigomoonastrology.com, on the horoscopes page, and I will leave a link for those too. And what else? That is it. Oh, I also have yearly horoscopes on the same page for 2020. For 2020 by sign, if you want to know how your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, what's going to go on in the year 2020 for you based on your sign. It's a general reading. It's not a personalized one whole year forecast. It's for the sign. Those are also on the same page, on the horoscope page on my website. So go peep them, go check it out. And I will see you guys next week in my next video. Until then, have a really good week. See you guys then. All right. Peace.